What's poppin'? It is iGloriaaa back with another video, and in today's video I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about my major. But I really wanted to, I know I asked people like y'all on my Instagram, would you guys like me to do a video discussing my major and things that like what I study, what I do in school. I can do that, and that's why I'm here. For those who don't know, I attend University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC. I have been there now since 2019, so I should be graduating by God's grace this year, but we move. Yeah. And so I am actually a double major in public health and Africana Studies. However, at UMBC, the public health is on a track, which is health administration and public policy track. So that is ultimately what I study. Where did this all start? Like, what made me decide to choose my major? So first off, well, my freshman year of college, I remember my goal was to be a computer engineering major, and it's like, wait, Gloria, computer engineering, how? I don't even think that's the terminology of what I thought I wanted to do, but you know what they always say, just pick something and go, right? You'll figure out as you go. And I think that's really good advice for those who are, you know, about to start school or whatever the case may be. And I think a lot of y'all are actually in that season, if you are about to go off to college soon or whatever the case may be, or if you are in college, your community college, or whatever the case may be, this is about to be your season regardless. So I think this is a timely video, right? I thought I was gonna do computer engineering because at the time I was doing a lot of coding because I was trying to get different softwares for my laptop. I had a Dell laptop, and there was no such thing as iMovie, Final Cut Pro. It was Windows Movie Maker, and I knew I wanted to do more. So I remember I learned how to get different softwares on my laptop. I don't know if this will get me in trouble for saying this, but I guess different softwares on my laptop for the free. And so I had to do things with a lot of dealing with like patches and stuff, and I just thought it was really cool. So I was like, yeah, I definitely could see myself doing this in the future. Granted, when I was taking these courses, like computer engineering courses, I did well. This was around the time I was at my first university, Catholic University, when I was there. And even though, yes, I was doing well in the courses, I just felt very isolated. I felt like there was, in a sense of computer engineering, if you are that major or any like IS major, you know that it's very like one-on-one. Like it's not, you don't really deal with people that much, and I could be wrong, but it's not meant for like community purposes. It's really just you and the computer. It's like direct, and I just couldn't do it. So from there, I switched over to the biology major because you know what the aunties and uncles say, what, Gloria, you know, you're good with people, you should be a pediatrician. Because you're good with people, you should be a doctor, right? So I decided, let me do bio. Did bio and had a very similar experience. Biology is also very much one-on-one. You don't do enough of like interacting with the community. You don't do a lot of that. So once again, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. It's not, and on top of that, biology was hard for me. I'm so sorry. Y'all that are bio majors, more power to y'all. Y'all going to medical school, more power to y'all. My bros, more power to y'all. Y'all got it. As for me, I am not a bio major. So yeah, I guess it just made me realize that STEM just wasn't for me. Like, very simply, like I felt like it didn't give me enough room to question and ask why. I mean, yes, there's always an answer too, but sometimes I feel like the answer is always deeper than what it actually is. I knew STEM wasn't for me, and then also just the way that African parents kind of treated those in STEM majors. It's like, oh, you're like you're the golden child. So just imagine, when I recognized that STEM wasn't for me, it was just kind of like, girl, what are you doing? But I realized though I really wanted to do something dealing with community. So that's when, I believe it was summer of 2017, that's when I started learning about what public health is. I was like, there's actually a major out there that like literally deals with community health. That is a thing I did not know at the time. So, and there wasn't that many people that were public health majors back then. Like I mean, probably there were, and I just didn't know them. A lot of people were STEM majors. Like, you would only hear STEM, 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 STEM. Like, if it's not STEM, it's law. So it's like, I was even considering law. Y'all, life is never straightforward. And that's one thing I love about college. One thing I love about university. It's like, there are so many things out there that if you're looking for money, even considering going into STEM or like doing law, to me it's like, so you're doing all of this for the sake of money. Like, I feel like those who actually are real STEM majors will tell you it's more than just the money. They can keep it a stack with you. They can sit down there and tell you for the one time, oh yeah, the doctors make money. But I genuinely think that if you're looking for money, there's ways. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you're gonna spend your time doing something, that is many, many years of school for you to just be doing it because of money. Like, I don't know, I just think you have to fall in love with what it is that you do. Yeah, so anyways, I recognized that public health was that biology and all the STEM majors were not for me, but public health definitely captured everything that I was looking for. It's not necessarily isolated. You actually have to work with people in order to be successful in public health. You do a lot of group work, you do a lot of interacting with different communities. Like, everything just kind of came together full circle for me when I found out about public health. Transferring to UMBC, I was able to look at other majors and minors during the orientation. So that's when I came across Africana Studies. I did not know there was a major out there that talked solely about the study of experiences of people of African descent. So I just thought that was beautiful. Just being able to discuss African history and African American history and Caribbean history, like, or culture and, you know, marriage and family and different systems. Like, y'all, it's just built with a lot of stuff. So I was like, this is really cool. Obviously, my parents were kind of scared, thinking, bro, don't go and declare this as your major and you leave one to go do this. But I knew public health was necessary for me to major in. You still need one of those, like, grounded majors in this life, in my opinion. And I feel like public health was a great foundation for me. What is public health, right? Public health, and this is according to the CDC, public health is the science of protecting and improving the health of people and their communities. So it's ultimately not just one-on-one, it's a bunch of people, a bunch of communities. And then Africana Studies is pretty much the study of the experiences of people of the African descent. So now at this point, I'm merging those two together. That's ultimately what my major does. My major merges the two together, and that's why I couldn't do one without the other. Public health gave me the tools necessary in that, like, research, health communications, the knowledge that I need to understand what it is. You know, you can see the problems but not know how to define it. Okay, like, let's look at lower resource societies, and that's the new term instead of third world countries, low resource countries, right? You look at them and you're like, so what's the issue? And you realize that they have a lot of diseases. You can at least define the diseases. There's HIV and AIDS, there's diabetes, there is people are only living to a certain age, and it's like all these different things. And I'm here like, so these are problems across the board. Now I look at my community, being African, being Black, and I'm like, okay, well, what is also the problem? We don't have access to things. We have communities that the food desert, they don't have access to nutritious foods. They got only 7-Eleven and gas stations. You know, you're talking about diabetes, or you talk about education. You talk about, oh, how many kids are dropping out of school, this and the third. You look at the educational system, you realize that the teachers don't have enough money to do what it is that they have to do. So at the end of the day, right, I look at this and I also see a lot of the protests, the different things going on in Nigeria and Namibia and Uganda. And then you look at the situations that are going here in the US and you're like, it's not a one-on-one situation. It's not just the Africana Studies, it's also public health. You need the information. You need to know how to collect data. You need to know how to do research in order to help out your community. So ultimately, that is what my major is consisted of, just building two of my interests. I will say just that desire and love for the Black community all entirely has always been a part of me. Growing up, just kind of like the music my parents used to listen to, I was always obsessed with African music. I listened to all types of music, Black History Month, being able to see the different leaders in history growing up. And you know, back in the day, it was only like, you know, Rosa Parks and like Harriet Tubman and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King.
Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
Like, and I was obsessed with Martin Luther King. I would read almost all the books they had out in the elementary school library about Martin Luther King. Like, I just love the man, you know? And then just historical things. I was just always obsessed with history. That's just the truth. And just how many fun activities we would have centered around Black history, that was ultimately what made me kind of fall in love with this lifestyle and this knowledge. Now, going to UMBC, I can definitely say for those who are considering transferring over to UMBC or considering applying to UMBC, I 10 out of 10 would recommend. I think, especially when you are at that point where you finished your gen ed courses, those majors like HAP would prepare you. Like, they know what they're talking about. Some of my favorite professors, you have Professor Kozar, you have Professor Berger, Professor K, Kalfoglu, I think that's just say her last name, Professor Anushka, like they got some, and there's so many down, like there's so many people in the HAP program. They know what they're talking about, and they're actually involved with the community. They have the teas, they know how to merge things together. Like, it's super bomb. Then you have the Africana Studies department. You got Dr. Chukwu, Dr. Okoro, Professor Musgrove, Professor Thompson, just so many bomb, Dr. Wafal, like there's just so many good professors within the Africana Studies department. And it's like, I always felt like my needs were being met. Like, I never actually, there were only a few moments where here and there, but I always felt like my needs were being met, and I just knew, like, God, this major, you actually built it specifically, handcrafted it for me. So yes, I am a public health major, and yes, I am an Africana Studies major. I use the tools and the information, the knowledge that I gained from public health in order to assist me in the work that I do within Africana Studies. So I'm also part of Model African Union, and once upon a time I was part of ASA. Anyways, so once upon a time I was part of ASA, but even then, like, Model African Union, being a student ambassador and being able to, like, you know, come to a summit and actually defend the country with information that you learned in class. Like, guys, I tell you, this is a dream for anybody that's just obsessed with the development of Black people, of African people. Like, y'all, this is a dream for me. So yes, this is what I do. For those who may ask, what are my plans after college, or like, what is my dream job? I would definitely say my plans after college, I plan on getting my master's in either public health or public policy. It's depending between the two, because I learned during, you know, taking these classes, public health classes, I realized that I am really obsessed with policy, developing policies that would help with just the development of my community, developing policies that will help with, you know, just addressing the issues that are going on. So not necessarily just the health aspect of things. It's really up in the air for me right now, but everything works together for its good. So I just kind of, the same way God showed me that this is my major, it's the same way he's gonna show me like what path I should take regarding my master's. Also, I would love to, you know, take some time after graduation, probably spend some time in Nigeria, spend some time in different African countries, just to get more exposure. You know what I mean? It's not simply just reading books, but actually going out there with the things that you learn and just indulging in culture. So that's something I would love to do as far as like immediately after college. Now, as far as a future career, my future career, honestly, would love to either be, first of all, to be a foreign service officer. Let's start there. Aside from just that, like whether it's serving as a delegate, or, you know, working in the Department of State under the African Bureau, I would love to do that. I'm also an intern actually with the Department of State currently. This is actually crazy. Y'all don't know anything about me. Sorry. But yeah, I'm an intern with the Department of State actually with a contract company by the name of SAIC, Science Application International Corporation, I believe. Yeah, you guys should check them out. But yes, that's what I do. So that's actually on the IT side, which is very interesting. My background has a lot of IT and tech, but I am really trying to build more of my public health and Africana Studies background. So there's just a lot going on with Gloria, and I do a lot of things. I just hate being put in a box. So that's one of the reasons why public health and Africana Studies allows me to use everything I've learned with my background with kids, background with tech, to create change. So yeah, I am not an activist. I am more of an advocate. That's what I do. That is just me. That is who I am. This is iGloriaaa. I am Gloria. Hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, and if you guys want to know any more information about me, I definitely have a LinkedIn. You know, if you know somebody that knows somebody that would like to have me on their team, I am telling you I have an amazing personality. Anyways, but I would definitely just love to build more experiences, but being an intern with the Department of State allows me to see things, and like before Corona, just being able to attend conferences and meeting leaders across the world. I'm like, bro, this life is beautiful. I want to be here. So that is my dream, and I'm telling you guys, like, I cover my dream with the blood of Jesus Christ for anybody that wants to try me in this life. He's been sealed. Anyways, but yeah, so we just thank God for vision, and we thank God for clarity. Once upon a time, people were worried and they were saying, Gloria, what is your major and what do you want to do with your life? But I guess in a nutshell, to end this video off, because I feel like I've been talking, to end this video off, many are the plans of man, but only the purpose of the Lord shall prevail. That is Proverbs 19:20. It's funny, I said that at the time, 19:20. But anyways, that is really just my story right there. I had a lot of plans. I had a lot of visions. I had a lot of people tell me their plans for me and their visions for me, but what made sense is what ended up happening. So that's my biggest encouragement. If you don't know what your major is, you don't know what you want to major in, and you know, you're looking for something, the Lord will guide you. And I just hope my video, if you're anything like me, I suggest get into this, man. Public health, Africana Studies. Don't ever feel limited. You can do bio and arts. You can do engineering and Chinese. Like, I don't know. Do what you want, bruh. Literally, you can merge things. Nothing is ever one way. But I'm talking a lot. I would love to do more videos concerning the academic system if you guys would like to hear more from me. But this is all iGloriaaa has for you for today. Please remain blessed on them. God bless you guys. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye. My nails are ugly. Don't look. Bye.